Today's video is sponsored by me, Jason Akers. I know a lot of YouTubers and content creators are placing ad breaks in their videos these days in order to make ends meet. And I understand why, but all my videos are created by me, paid for by me. I buy my own cameras, editing software, microphones. I spend hours of time recording and editing the videos for you, my audience. I don't like a lot of self-promotion, but I wanted to take the time to let you know about the ways you can help support the videos and my content. I have a large list of links in every description of every video I provide you with. All of the pesticides I use in my business are listed on my Amazon page. When I started my business, I used Amazon a lot in order to receive my chemicals and equipment the next day delivery. It's a service that I trust, so I list pesticides there for you to find. I also have several affiliate links listed for B&G products and pesticides as well. My course on bedbugs is the #1 course on Udemy's website that goes over extensive treatment methods on the control of bedbugs, from automobile treatment to living room and even bedrooms as well. If you have checked all of those links and still wish to support me, I have a PayPal, Patreon, and other ways to donate to the channel in the links on my main page of YouTube, as well as in the description of every one of my videos. As always, the best way to support me at what means the most to me is if you will like this video, if you will share this video with your friends, and if you will subscribe to my channel. That honestly means the most to me, and that's what keeps me going, truly. More than money, more than anything else, is just keeping you guys happy and keeping you with the content that you like to have. Speaking of subscribing, I also have a join button at the top of my YouTube channel as well. This feature is new with YouTube and works in much the same way as a Twitch subscription works. When you hit this button and join the channel, it gives you special features that only joining the channel can give. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to reading your comments in the comment section below, giving me any suggestions you might have for the next video. So don't forget, like and subscribe, and on with the show. Oh, I'm in the dark. What's going on? There we go. How you doing? This is Jason with Akers Pest Control. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. My camera's all fuzzy. What's going on with that? There we go. Still got a cough, same as last week, but hope everybody's doing all right. Let's see. Hey Jason, I want to say thank you. I started using Talon for mouse jobs. Oh yeah, Talon weather blocks, good stuff. I like it. Who sold it to you? Just curious. Excuse me. I'm all right. I just can't shake this cough. It's pretty miserable. I got coffee. 9 o'clock, well, almost 10 o'clock at night, drinking coffee. Raining here in Memphis. That sounds like a good country song. It's raining in Memphis. Yeah, I definitely could hear Johnny Cash singing about that. Couldn't you? Oh, how's everybody doing? Let's see. I want to show some people some stuff. So my channel. Let's go to my channel. All right, so here is my channel. It's the channel you're on right now. And if you go to community, I want to ask everybody to do something for me. And I'll probably ask this again in about 20 minutes or so. I have a poll on my community. All right, so I left a question today. I did this earlier today. And it states, so I have a question for everyone. Most of the channel knows that I stream live every Thursday night after 9 o'clock. But I wanted to ask if maybe once a month or so, if I'd stream midday, if that would work. 3 out of 4 days I work on Thursdays, but sometimes I'm available early. So let me know if once a month works for some people. So, and I say this because I have a lot of people that tune in from over in the east, and I'd like to be able to get on earlier to talk to some of those people. Back when I first used to live stream, I was actually on earlier in the day. I started doing late night when I got really busy with work and had a couple more kids. But, you know, it's getting to where maybe if Finley goes down for a nap or something during the day, on a day where I'm home, I might just jump on here and do some questions midday instead of waiting so late at night. If that would help anybody, just let me know. Go vote. So far, I got 20 people voted, and it's 60% said to stream once a month, midday. So, if y'all are interested in that, won't be so tired. I get tired. I'm tired right now, but that's why I'm so late tonight. Is because I was putting Finley. So Finley is 2. He's my little baby, and he's gotten to where he is very particular at nighttime, and he won't go to sleep if I don't tuck him in. And by tuck in, he wants me to lay with him in the bed until he feels comfortable. And like I left, he's still like half awake. He's all right with that. He's got to have cuddle time with Dad, and it won't work with anybody else. It has to be me. So, and one day, he gonna be big, and he's not gonna want that anymore. So I go ahead and take advantage of it while he's a baby, because I got to get my little cuddles in with the baby. So let's go try to find a picture here. Show you a picture of him. He's gotten so big now. Let's see here. Gotta put in my code. Let's see, my most recent one. Let's see. Is that a good one? Oh, that's a blurry one. That's a video. See if I can get a movie instead. I mean a picture. I don't know how this works. Let's see here. There he is. That's a good one. I'll use that one. I'll show you guys this one. Looks like he got something in his mouth, but I think it's just something wrong with the camera lens. There he is. There's me and Finn. Me being me and Finn being Finn. That's Finley. And if a little baby like that wants to cuddle with you, you cuddle with the baby, because you got to do that. They're only little once. So, anyway. Let's see if I got any questions. Okay, so let's see. Any tips for cleaning or vacuuming process before treating with Crossfire? My husband and I, let's see, our biggest struggle is committing to the cleaning process. Currently, we've only done the vacuuming process once and have been using diatomaceous earth for a few months now. Didn't realize how dangerous it was. So we want to vacuum it all up and use Crossfire instead. but I cannot bring myself to lift our king-size mattress up and clean between the mattress and box spring. We have encasements on the mattress and both box springs. Our bed is pulled away from the wall. I see their droppings on the box spring casing near the top of the bed, and I've pulled the mattress up just a bit to have a look, and that's definitely where they are living. I'm absolutely terrified of lifting the mattress up and pulling apart the box spring and just seeing hundreds of them scatter around. I think I would have a breakdown. I know it needs to be done. Okay. I tried to type that best I could, Lori. We have encasements on the mattress. Let's see. I think I would have a mental breakdown. I know it needs to be done. I'm just having a hard time hyping myself up to do it. I might leave my husband out of it because he gets overly stressed about the situation. So I'm not reading it all. I'm reading it to myself, kind of scanning through it. So I heard that. So if you're in this kind of position where, I mean, I'm sure there's more than one person that has this problem. Normally I recommend vacuuming. I definitely, you need to take the bed apart, vacuum up all of the diatomaceous earth. Crossfire can hinder, or diatomaceous earth can hinder the effectiveness of crossfire. So because crossfire is a non-repellent, and diatomaceous earth can absolutely repel bed bugs. In houses I go in where people have used diatomaceous earth, the bed bugs actually will live up around the crown molding, around windows and stuff, places that they normally wouldn't be. But because there's diatomaceous earth spread all over the place, they actually move into places that diatomaceous earth can't go. It can't stick to, up on the ceiling, or, places where they like to retreat to get away from it. So I don't recommend using diatomaceous earth. It just causes more problems. And the houses that have it out are usually the houses I have to go back and retreat multiple times to get rid of their bed bugs, because diatomaceous earth causes us that big of a problem.
I found this on the web.
And my Apple Watch is talking to me, so I have to take it off because apparently she listens to everything you say nowadays. But phones, your watches, everything listens to you. So anyway, you're just gonna have to bite the bullet, pull your bed apart, and vacuum it really, really well. I even recommend taking the mattress encasements off, and that might be easier if you take them off, take the mattress encasements off, and remove the dust that way, and you don't have to vacuum, unless you got it all over your mattress and box spring inside the encasements too. In that case, you're gonna have to vacuum it up. Hold on just a minute. So, how's everybody tonight? Let me see. I don't think I have my phone lines on. Let me check and see if I got that working tonight. I had to turn it off the other day. Didn't realize it was running, and then I haven't booted my computer up. There we go. Let's see here. All right. Just making sure all my audio settings are right, and they are. Because usually when you turn Skype off, turn it back on again, it forgets everything you've done. So forgets all of your stuff you use, forgets your headphones, forgets your microphone, forgets everything. And then when you go try to answer the phone, you can't hear nothing. So how's everybody? How are you, Christina? You doing all right? Hold on just a minute. Situated here. Everybody in the house sounds like they're dying. I can't tell what that message is. Can y'all hear my fan? I got a fan blowing on me because it's hot. You have mentioned before that I never use Apprehend. I've never used it. I always use Crossfire. I've never used Apprehend. I don't use Apprehend because it is fungal spore, and there have been cases to where people break out in rashes when exposed to it. And so I haven't used it. I know it works good. I've heard a lot of people tell me it works good, but I've never used Apprehend. So. But I use Crossfire. That's just what I use. I used it today. I killed bedbugs today. Did a bedbug job. Used Crossfire. Did y'all see my latest video? I'm going to show you. I can't play it because it's copyright. But I argued with YouTube over this before. And they freed my video and they let me put it on here. But I made a video. Let me see here if I can get it to work. How come my window shut down? You can't hear my fan, but you sure as hell can hear my wife.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're fine. The joys of bronchitis. Alright, so let's show you. So here's my channel. I recommend everybody go watch this video right here. I've only had 112 views in 3 days. It's not about bugs. But I would like it if people would go watch it. I can't play it because it's copyright. And so I can't play it until it gets approved by YouTube, which they are going to approve. They approved my last one. But because I don't monetize a video or anything like that. It's not like I'm trying to make money off someone else's work, but I got to wait for YouTube to say I can use it. So, but y'all go watch it if you want. I think you should. It's funny. If you wanna. But anyway. I don't know what to talk about tonight. I haven't had that many questions. It's been a very slow week for YouTube. Haven't had a whole lot of people on YouTube.
Everyone's getting ready for Thanksgiving.
I guess everybody is getting ready for Thanksgiving. Are y'all all ready for Thanksgiving? You gonna eat some turkey? I don't eat turkey. Yeah, the last one I posted, Robo the White-tailed Decoy, had only 95 views. I posted it 6 years ago, and YouTube was fine with it. And it's exact same music. My wife played it on piano, and we used a little thing to make bells on it, like the ring, 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 like the jingle bells. But it was all played on actually a digital piano, and we recorded it, and then I sang to it, and we put it up on YouTube because it's funny. And that one's been published. That one's fine. That's not copyright strikes or nothing on that one. So I don't know why the newest one got hit too, but I guess because it's the same rhythm. It's parody. It's a parody, and under free use parody law, it's fine. But y'all should go watch it. Tell me what you think. So, anybody got any questions? I'm just sitting here. These are like the old days when I first did my stream and no one ever asked any questions. You got any questions, Alicia? She going away. She's like, I'm going upstairs for a minute. Somebody says, Crossfire is now available in New York. I have already bought 3 bottles of it off of Amazon. Somebody said in one of my videos. Hey Jason, we've been treating with Crossfire since mid-October, just another round this past weekend, and I was wondering if it was normal for the little buggers to be particularly agitated and bitey directly after a treatment. It sucks having to be the bait, but we're doing everything we can to get rid of them. Yes, that's normal. After you treat with Crossfire, it is normal to get bit after treating with Crossfire. They have to crawl through the chemical to die. So, I have not had a chance to watch that video. Someone sent me a video on Korea, and apparently bed bugs are bad in South Korea, but I have not watched the video yet. That's why I haven't commented on it or anything yet. I haven't had time. Let's see. David says, thank you for the broadcast tonight, Jason. How long after applying Alpine will all the roaches die? 3 to 6 months. He had boric acid tablets everywhere and so many pregnant female roaches with the egg sacs. Will the egg sacs hatch? Yes, they will. A roach can carry her egg sac and then die and drop it. And the egg sac can hatch baby roaches even after she's dead. So, yes. When was the last time you had your piano tuned, Alicia? 3 years?
It's probably been 4 years or so.
3 years? We had it tuned when we first moved in,
No,
3 years ago.
We never got it tuned when we moved in.
I thought that guy tuned it.
Nope, he never showed up.
I could have swore he tuned
never
it.
showed up.
He did.
No, the last time we had it tuned was when we moved into our apartment.
So 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years.
It's been a while. It needs to be tuned. You gonna come tune it, Kenju? We're all coughing here. I'm probably not gonna be live very long because it's loud here. I can't mute when I cough because I'd be muted all the time. So, and everybody's down here. I can't take up the whole den and say y'all need to leave because I'm coughing too. At that point, you need a pitch raise, then a couple of weeks later, and a fine tuning, he says.
Yep.
Yeah, she knows. She's good playing piano. Alicia can play piano.
I'm out of practice.
We'll have to let her do a concert one night. Hello, this is Jason with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you?
Hi, Jason. I'm calling. Is this on your live?
Yes, you are live. Everybody can hear you.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
At the end of September, I found out that one of my family's children had bed bugs. They have children that are involved in a lot of traveling sports, and I'm going to assume that might be how the bed bugs were, originally gotten. And I was on vacation. The kids found them in my house as well. And I called Orkin as soon as I got back from my trip. Orkin came out and found that where they found bed bugs was in the adjustable base of my bed. And so they came out and treated. and everything seemed okay. And originally, when they found him in my bed, I threw my bed out, the adjustable base, and another bed in the house as well. I didn't want to mess around. So they treated, and everything seemed fine. And they came back for a second treatment in 2 weeks, and told me I could go ahead and buy new beds.
Okay.
So I did, and I put them in encasements, and slept in my own bedroom finally. I'd been sleeping in a guest room, and the first night I was back in the room, I got bitten all up again. So I was, pretty upset, and I had one of my kids come over, and they thought that maybe the bed bugs were hiding in a big farmhouse headboard, footboard that I had. So, I got rid of that. That was taken to the dump, and then I got a third treatment. And I just noticed that I had a bite today, and that's about 4 days later. Where do I've moved all, this is really hard business. I've had to turn the furniture over, every time they come, move everything to, 2 feet away from the walls. And this is tough work. I don't know where to go from here. I want these bed bugs gone, but I don't know what else to do now.
What's Orkin using in your house? Do you know? Have you looked at their paperwork to find out what chemical they're using?
No, I was actually going to call them tomorrow and ask them if it was Crossfire, because I saw that, it is probably not.
No,
okay.
It's probably Tempered or something else. I don't think it's Crossfire. I doubt it's Crossfire. Okay. It might be. I might be wrong. Maybe they've moved on to it. I doubt it.
Okay.
It's expensive, and they usually cut corners.
Okay. I don't feel like I would, I'm 70 years old. I'm a recent widow, so I don't feel like I'm capable of, the Crossfire sounds like a good idea, but I don't think that I would be capable of doing it.
Well, I mean, so since they're gone or whatever, have you found any bugs, or are you just still getting bites?
Well, I believe I got a bite either last night or the night before. The last time I had found actual bugs was the first night that I slept in my new bed in my own bedroom, and my son-in-law found 5 or 6 of them in my bed, alive and moving around. He killed them, and that's when he took all the wood bedding out of the house.
Did they do a heat treatment, or did they actually use a pesticide at all? What did they do? Do you know what they did?
Yes, they used a pesticide.
Okay. Well,
and the first time I had to take the light or, the switch plates and everything all off. So I don't, whether they did that with a powder. Then they came back 2 weeks later, and they did under my furniture, I guess. And I had to have all the beds off of the, off of the bed, mattresses and stuff. And they said they were using a chemical.
So when's the last time they were in your house?
Last Saturday.
When's the first time they came to your house?
I'm going to say it was like October 1st or 2nd.
So it's been a little over a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they've been out 3 times.
So I will tell my customers that when I do a bed bug job, if I go out and I do like a Crossfire job, which is all I do. That's all the type of treatment I use for bed bugs. But
right.
I go in and I do the job, and I tell them to expect to get bit for up to 6 weeks after you spray. No pesticide is instant. It's not possible because the bugs have got to crawl out and crawl through it. Once dried, it won't kill them immediately. Now, even when sprayed directly with a wet pesticide, it usually still takes up 5 minutes for them to die. So once dried, it can take an hour or two, and that's only within like the first couple weeks of treatment. After that, it's going to wane. It's going to take longer for them to die, and you're going to get bites. It's absolutely normal to get bit even the very next day after treatment because the chemical will not kill them fast enough. If they are fast and they get into the bed and they get out of the bed, they'll bite you. Bed bugs can move pretty quick, and so if you're laying in the bed and they're hungry and they come up and bite you and then they die under the bed somewhere, well, they're dead, but they still bit you. Do you understand?
I do. I'm vacuuming every single day, and can they be? I have a fairly new home, so I don't have a lot of cracks and things. But can they be living? Could they be living in the walls?
They can go in the wall. They can go. Typically, they get around the baseboards, though. Honestly, if you go into now, excuse me, you have to forgive my cough. In an apartment building, it's really common for them to be in and out of the walls all the time because people are living in apartments adjacent and they're around, and so they'll be in the walls. In a single-family home, it's more common to find them like maybe down around the baseboards if you're not finding them on the furniture itself. I think the headboard probably was a key factor in why I mean, unless they treated it. I mean, I treat the headboards. I always treat the headboards.
They said this way, but I
did
just,
they say?
They said I did not need to throw it away, but I'm so panicked and trying to be aggressive. I wanted just to get rid of anything that I didn't want to wait for.
Right, I understand. Well, people do that too. I usually I've only told 3 people in 24 years to throw their stuff away, and I can't tell you how many people do it anyway. When you tell them, you say, well, you don't have to throw it away. If I kill the bugs are dead, and you could just vacuum and keep your furniture. You don't have to throw it out. So that's just, that's one of those things where it's more of a psychological. It's like, well, no, I feel like I would feel better just throwing it away,
Yeah.
So people do. It's not a big deal. But the thing is, I usually recommend people not buy anything new. I recommend people do not buy any new beds, new furniture unless you buy it before I treat. Because if I come in and I'll treat the new furniture. Then the new furniture is treated. If you throw away the furniture after it's treated and replace it with something brand new, the brand new furniture isn't treated. So I've actually waited up to 3 weeks before for somebody to get a piece of furniture in before doing a bed bug treatment because I felt like it was better to treat the new bed they were going to replace the old bed with. And so that's the way we did it. And that was really effective. And now it took me on that specific house, it took about 45 days for all the bed bugs to die. I treated once.
Oh, okay. So I need to just calm down and let the treatment.
If it's crossfire, but crossfire can last a long time. It'll outlast most pesticides that you use for bed bugs. That's why it's important to ask what they used. It should be on your paperwork.
Okay. Yep. I'll have to go and get the paperwork
Virginia,
out.
It's required to have a record of the address and the pesticide applied at every address. How much you used, what equipment you used to apply it, everything. I mean, they're very specific, the Department of Agriculture.
Okay. I don't believe they have left stuff with me each time, so I'll have to call Ork and get get the paperwork. If they don't leave it, I have to leave the house when they've done the treatments, and they're gone when I get back, and there's nothing left for me. So I'll have to get that paperwork.
Well, yeah. Well, message me and let me know if you get on. I don't know if you're much into Discord or Facebook. Facebook is the way a lot of people message me. You could try that too, but Discord is something I also use. It's like a chatting program that people can send text messages on, and I can get those too.
Okay, perfect. I will find that out and let you know, and
All right.
Relax. Thank you so much, Jason.
No
I appreciate
problem.
it.
You have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Excuse me. Let's see. Hello, Jason. I'm dealing with bed bugs right now. My problem is 2 of the rooms in our house are cluttered with boxes. One's messy with clothes and random junk my father puts on the ground. I can access the beds in the room, but the perimeter of the room is inaccessible. Should I spray the beds and whatever I can access, then reapply when I get stuff cleaned up? What should I do? I'm at a complete loss. Thank you for your help. Okay, so this goes into the story I tell people. I think I told just last week. Bed bugs. Rory and I, my son, went into a hoarder home in Bedford one time, Bedford, Virginia, and it was crammed to the ceiling with junk. It was so full of junk. I don't honestly know how she used the bathroom, because when you look in the bathroom, there were boxes all the way to the door. You couldn't get the door open but that much. I couldn't find anywhere in the house she was using the bathroom. So, not a bucket or nothing. but she had bed bugs. And I treated her house one time. We got rid of her bed bugs with one treatment. I went into the living room. She sat in a lazy boy chair and half of a couch. The other half had stuff all over it. I did not flip the couch upside down. I did not take all of her belongings off of the couch. I believe there was some ceramic stuff on the couch too, if I remember. And I'm not moving that stuff. I'm not going to risk breaking her things. And so I moved her stuff the best I could without breaking anything. I treated the sofa. I did not flip it upside down. I did turn her chair upside down, her lazy boy. I could do that. I treated that really heavily in the cracks, the crevices, the seams, and everything, under the pillows and all. I was in this woman's house for probably about an hour and a half, but I only treated 3 pieces of furniture, and I couldn't treat the baseboards in the house at all because you couldn't get to them. Her bed, half of it was covered with junk. Like she made a cocoon, so like she'd sleep like this, and all around her on both sides was just piled up with junk. It honestly was just, some of it was like old magazines that were outdated and just piled up with like garbage in the bed. So my son and I, we took all that stuff and moved it off the bed. It took us about 15 minutes to maneuver the mattress out of the bedroom so we could treat the box spring. And it was really difficult. But I treated the box spring, I treated the bed frame, headboard, and the footboard, and the baseboards behind the bed. I could treat those because once I pulled the box spring up, I could get to those baseboards because the bed was all the way up against the wall. And then put the box spring back, put the mattress back, treated the mattress and everything, and it got rid of her bed bugs. But the thing is that the bed bugs have got to come out to bite you. And if you're using the bedroom, so if these bedrooms are being used and these beds are being used, you need to at least treat the mattress and box spring. You need to at least treat any sofas, lazy boys, chairs, anything like that you're going to spend more than 45 minutes to an hour sitting in. Something that when you're sedentary, that's when the bed bugs come out to bite. And so those are the target areas you're going to get. And you more than likely will get rid of your bed bugs. You may have to treat a couple times. I could have swore I was going to have to go back to this woman's house, but I didn't have to. But I thought I was going to have to, and I didn't. So it is possible. And I've done hotels, rent by the week hotels, where you've got prostitutes and drug addicts, alcoholics, and they're hoarders too. And you'll go into a room and it'll just be piled with stuff, and the only thing you can treat is the bed, and that's all I was able to treat. And I've been able to get bed bugs in those situations gone too. So it's not completely impossible to get rid of bed bugs in a cluttered house. It is absolutely possible. I've done it. I know it's possible. Somebody says, how can you find Crossfire in Europe? You have to find somebody that'll ship it to you. I don't live in Europe. It's hard. Some people tell me they can't get it. Other people tell me they can get it. So I don't know what to tell you. Any advice for overwhelming infections? I feel crawling on my body 24/7 from the carpet. On my second round of Crossfire, vacuum 2 times daily, also making minimal progress. It still takes about 4 to 6 weeks to get rid of bed bugs, and you may have to treat 3 times. I usually recommend people treat on their own that don't have experience like me. Treat once a month for 3 months, 90 days. Do a 3-month plan. Plan on treating exactly 3 months. So like if you treat on the first Monday of the month in December, treat on the first Monday in December. In January, treat the first Monday in January. That way you got November, December, January done, and you'll get rid of your bed bugs that way. I don't recommend treating more often than once a month. You don't need to. Some people will treat like once every other week, like once every 2 weeks, but that's not needed. You don't have to do that to get rid of bed bugs. I cut down an 80-foot, partially dead pine tree this week and found carpenter ant colony inside. Do you think that's why it was dying? Yes. Yes. If you go out into the woods and you see dead old trees laying on the ground, rotted, hollow in the middle, ants are what do that. Ants are what cause the tree to fall over. May have been a little bit of termites, might have been some blight or something like that killing the tree too that caused the ants to get into it. But once the ants get in it, they tear it all apart and kill it. It's like they're the final nail in the coffin when it comes to trees. Is leather furniture more inclined to harbor bed bugs as opposed to cloth furniture? No, actually, I find leather furniture doesn't get them as bad as cloth furniture. There aren't as many places to treat on leather furniture. If you'll see this chair, well, I don't know if you can tell or not, this is like a leather chair, and it's got seams. So like in the seam, like in here, where the pillow goes, you can treat that, but you can't treat the surface. The bed bugs aren't going to hang out there anyway. They usually hang out in the seams. But on upholstered furniture, a lot of times they'll lay their eggs out in the open because it's upholstery. So you've got lots of seams and lots of places where the fabric kind of cross hatches over itself. So no, upholstered furniture is worse for bed bugs, at least in my personal experience. How would you get rid of cockroaches in a car? I've never had to get rid of cockroaches in a car. I imagine it. You treat it about the same way as you treat a house. Around the cracks and crevices and places they hide, and bait. Probably primarily I would use bait. How long does Crossfire remain active after you spray it? 30 days. Well, 28 to 30 days, something like that. Hey, Jason. How does the Nygaard IGR 10% active ingredient on the label break down? I don't know. Is the 10% broken down per gallon? I don't know. I'd have to read the label. Let's see. All right. So it says here that the label, all right, says it's 10%, whatever that ingredient is. All right. This is an IGR, by the way. I don't recommend this for bed bugs, but cockroaches and fleas works really good on. Okay. It's 10% active ingredient. All right. When you break it down and you use it in a gallon, which this would be for fleas, it says it's a 1%, 0.01% finished dilution. See? That's how it breaks up in a 1 gallon tank. You mix it per gallon. So it's 4 milliliters per gallon. Makes it a 0.01%. If you go up to fleas, which I know that's what you're asking about because you've been talking in Discord a lot about fleas. Let's see if we can find fleas on here. Broadcast. This is outdoor. Let's see if we can find indoor. I don't use Nygaard outside. Okay. In kennels and dog houses, it's 4 milliliters in 1 gallon of water, including broadcast, spot, and crack and crevice. That would be fleas more than likely. For the control of ants. Let's see. Product Pest for control of listed cockroaches and crickets. Fleas, ticks, beetles, and other listed insects. All right, Nygaard IGR concentrate breaks the reproductive cycle by acting on the immature life stages of the fleas, Lone Star ticks, beetles, and other crawling insects, preventing the successful development of adult insects. So that's how it works. It says preventative flea treatment. Nygaard IGR concentrate can be used as a preventative flea prior to a flea season. Application of this product in where areas, pets, animals known to frequent where previous infestations have been known to occur will reduce the emergence of fleas. Says IGR concentrate provide up to 7 months of residual flea control. So this early usage could reduce the need for conventional insecticides, which used alone as directed. Apply as a surface application at a rate of 4 to 8 milliliters in 1 gallon of water. sufficient to cover 1,500 square feet. All right. Now that's for preventative. So try to find how to mix it. Indoor and out control. Let's see. All right, general mixing instructions. Mix concentrate with water. Apply equipment. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I have a hard time reading labels when I'm tired. I would probably go with the lesser, the 4 milliliters in 1 gallon for fleas. That's all I ever use, and it works. General surface application. Applies a surface application of a rate of 4 milliliters in 1 gallon of water. There you go. Or sufficient volume of water, adequate coverage. All right, so if that covers 1,500 square feet. 1 gallon should cover 1,500 square feet. It says use up to 12 milliliters in difficult to control conditions that make it difficult to control the target pests. So treat all areas that may harbor target insects such as carpets, furniture, pet sleeping areas, throw rugs, treat under cushions of upholstered furniture, use with adulticide to get immediate control of adult insects, which is Alpine WSG. That's what I use. So that's how you mix it. That's how you mix it. Okay? I think Emma's breaking the house, Mom. Thank you for all of your advice. You've really helped me with roaches in my apartment. Do you have a Cash App? I do. I do. If you wanted to donate to it, and you go to my channel, and you go to home, well, I thought it was there. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it is up here. So you click this little link right here, and it's in there. See? Cash App. Click it right there. And it goes to Jason Akers, which is me. So that's my Cash App. I also have Patreon. I have Streamlabs, where you could donate directly on stream and everyone will see it. See? Like this guy, Freckle Faye, donated $25 through the PayPal. It's PayPal. That's what this is. This is PayPal. But it goes through Streamlabs, which is what I use to stream. So that's the program I use. So like when you see these little things come up, it says so-and-so subscribed, and it's like usually up in like this part of the screen or whatever. It says so-and-so subscribed to your channel, or so-and-so donated so much or whatever. It shows right here. And it'll show when I stream. I also have my other social media links. I have my Amazon link. I have TikTok, which is my TikTok channel. I've got Twitter, which is my Twitter channel. I've got Facebook. I've got Cash App, Patreon, and then my typical donate link. I usually ask that people donate through this one just because I like to show it off on the channel. I like people to see you when you donate. I think you deserve accolades if you're going to donate to me. And I can thank you. And I appreciate you. So, but if you're interested in Discord, like I had mentioned to the lady on the phone earlier, this is my Discord. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. So this is the Discord right here. This is what Discord looks like. When you get in, you'll have the lobby. You have bedbugs, which there's new messages in bedbugs. You have cockroaches, spiders, termites, mites, fleas, mice, ants, business. People interested in business. I got gamer talk because I'm a video game person. My members channel for members only. YouTube members only. And then memes for jokes. Funny stuff. So that's Discord. And every so often you'll see the link flash in chat so you can come and hang out with people. So it says stream mode is enabled because I'm streaming right now with you guys. So that's Discord. If you're interested in hitting me up and talking to me when I'm not live on YouTube. So, and I do have other people here that'll help answer questions and stuff too. A couple of pest control technicians and several people that have been following me for years are also here, and we chat about different stuff, you know, back and forth. So. Actually, I'm going to answer a question right now. I typically advise 45 to 60 minutes in high heat with the dryer. Someone asked, they said, "Hello everyone, it's been a while, but today I finally got my house treated with Crossfire. My mom is pretty pushy on using the laundromat for putting fabrics through the dryer. I was wondering how long should I run these clothes through? Is 60 minutes enough or overkill?" And I usually recommend 45 to 60 minutes. And the reason I recommend 45 to 60 minutes is because you have to give time for the dryer to heat up. It doesn't just get instantly hot right away. It does take time, and it takes time for the heat to permeate through the clothes. And so usually you allow for about 15 minutes or so for the dryer to actually get your clothes hot. And then as the water, if you wash them first, the water is going to evaporate, which is going to cause cooling effect inside the dryer. And so you want to let it run for a full hour, really, if you can, because that will dry the clothes completely, and then it'll actually get hot after that. So if you put them in first, before you wash them, you don't have to let them dry for as long because your clothes aren't wet when they go in. They're already dry. So you're not going to have that evaporative effect where it's evaporating the water, cooling the clothing down. So you should go about 45 to 60 minutes typically for drying your clothes in a dryer. So hopefully I answered that question on live, and I answered it in Discord. So I recommend jumping in Discord if you're not already in Discord. Hey Jason, what product do you use to get rid of ghost ants? Usually exorcism will work the best.
Come on now.
I've never had to deal with ghost ants. I was making a joke. I don't know. I've never had to deal with them. I don't really know how I would go about getting rid of ghost ants. I would need to run into them first. I've never done it. Hello, Emma. Would you like to say hello to my stream?
You don't have to go until 9:30.
Wait.
Lean in. Oh, just say hello.
Hello.
Say, how are you?
How are you?
I'm Emma.
I'm Emma.
I'm Princess Emma.
I'm Princess Emma.
What product okay. Try to mute when I have to cough. So my cough is better. It really is better. If you watched live stream last week, you'd know. I was pretty miserable last week. But anyway. I hold on to a cough forever these days. It takes forever to get rid of one. So what's everybody's plan for the weekend? What are y'all going to do? What are you going to do? Anybody spraying their house for bed bugs this weekend? What are you doing this weekend, Leisha?
Me and Roy are going to.
Oh, that's Friday. Does Friday count as a weekend? Some people count Friday as the weekend.
Yeah. That's the only plans I have.
The end of the week is Saturday, and the beginning of the week is Sunday. So technically, those are the weekends. Like if you have bookends, you put one on one side and one on the other side. Is Friday a weekend? How do you guys count? Do you guys count Friday at the start of the weekend? I don't think anybody counts Monday as the end of the weekend. I don't know if I have any real new messages about stuff I hear. That's what's been going on. It's been very lackluster here. Can you get PTSD from bed bugs? Is this a real thing? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kenji says Friday after work is the start of the weekend.
Yep.
Is that really?
So then that's what we got going on this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I done a video, so let me show you. So if you go to my channel, PTSD. Very first video, I go over PTSD and bed bugs. If you just search it on my channel, I've done one about it. It's got 11,000 views. It was done 3 years ago, and I go over why you don't need to be afraid of bed bugs. So I try to address PTSD, and I try to go over why it's important not to be afraid and hopefully address the fears that people have around bed bugs. When we had bed bugs, so I got bed bugs 2 years ago in September, and for 6 months. Now I had a brand new baby, Finley, my brand new baby. And in fact, let me see here. Let me bring him back up for people that weren't here before. All right, there he is. So that baby right there, when that baby right there was born, he was a little bitty baby, brand new, fresh baby. All right, 2 weeks before we brought him home, we got bed bugs. I did a really bad bed bug job. I ended up bringing them home and infesting my house. For 6 months. Now, I treated once. All I had to do was treat once, and I killed my bed bugs. But for 6 months, I would wake up at all times of the night. Every time something touched me, or if I would have dreams, nightmares, that the bed bugs were coming out and biting my kids, biting Finley, the little baby, this little baby right here. I was so worried that the baby was going to get bit by bed bugs. I was keeping myself up all hours of the night. Waking up, I'd pull the fitted sheet back off of the mattress and check to see if I could find anything. It was absolutely annoying. Like, my wife, she was annoyed by me. She wasn't worried because she's like, oh, I knew you were going to get rid of them. You always get rid of bed bugs. But in the back of my head, I'm like, what if this is the one time I don't get rid of them? And then my baby is suffering, getting bit up with bed bugs, and my wife is getting bit up with bed bugs, and I'm getting bit up with bed bugs because mine was the only bed to have them because I was the one that was right in them, working with the bed bugs, and drove me absolutely, excuse my French, batshit crazy. I mean, I was nuts for about 6 months, and it was drove my wife crazy. Because we got a brand new baby, and you're not sleeping anyway, because you know how it is with a baby. They're brand new, and they cry at night, and they get hungry, and they need to eat milk and stuff, and so they're up back and forth about every 2-3 hours. You got to feed the baby, and then if you're not sleeping either because you're terrified of bed bugs, you're just not getting any sleep at all. It was pretty crazy, but no one was getting any sleep except, well, Rory and Emma and Charlie, they sleep fine because they were in the other room. They didn't have to sleep in the room with me. But no, it absolutely will make you crazy. It'll make you crazy. But that's why I made the video. That's why I made this video right here. Because, well, now it's gone. Did I already? Oh, yeah. PTS. Let's see. P. That's why I made that video. Was to address. I mean, I made it 3 years ago, a year before Finley was born. But I wanted to address it. But this is true. If you learn how to deal with bed bugs, like, I don't think it would bother me so much now if I were to accidentally bring bed bugs home. But knowing that I did absolutely get rid of them and I don't have any problems with them, with getting rid of them. But once you get them and you successfully get rid of bed bugs, it's nothing to be afraid of anymore because you have the power to kill them. And if for some reason, now I want to address something else too tonight. I want to address immunity with crossfire. One day, I'm just telling you about the way that I look into the future. One day, crossfire is not going to work anymore. And if crossfire ceases to work, then you really need, I'm not saying this to promote my channel or anything, but you need to be subscribed to my channel because I'll tell you what does work. Because 5-6 years ago, I wasn't even using crossfire. I was using something different. And I use crossfire now. So if a new chemical comes on the market that works better than crossfire, or crossfire stops working and I have to try to figure out what will work, I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. So, because I don't hide anything from anybody. I mean, nobody in my channel, I don't think anyone that's subscribed to me at all could actually hire me at their house. Everybody that's here, I freely help willingly, that live all over the world. And I want to help you. And if there is another solution other than crossfire, I will tell you. And so there's nothing to be afraid of if you've got a solution. If you've got the solution to the problem, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be terrified over. And so you don't have to have PTSD over bed bugs. The knowledge is the key that unlocks, courage. I have a king-size sleep number bed. Ooh, I hate those. To treat them, they're hard. 2 recliners, and some treatment needed for an upright dresser that needs to be treated. How far does a can of pre-mixed crossfire go? Don't use pre-mixed crossfire. Mix it yourself. But if you're going to want to use a can, I don't know how far it goes. I don't use aerosols. I don't use aerosols to do bed bug work because they're not as effective. I use the concentrate. So let's just go to this video right here, the PTSD video. All right, and we scroll down here. We go to more. And we go to the Amazon page, which is there on every video. I have a link. Go to bedbug supplies. Go to crossfire. That's the one. That's the one you want to buy. That's the bottle. All right, $38.89 for one bottle. That's actually a really good deal if you're going to buy it. That's a good deal because usually it goes up around holidays because people go get them from their in-laws and their family members and stuff visiting. So usually it goes up about late November into December. I'm actually surprised it's only $38 right now. But yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need. The aerosol's not going to last as long. It's not going to go as far. This will go a lot farther. You can do an entire house with 1 gallon mixed of crossfire. So that's what you need to get. My baby's mama is having problems with bed bugs. She refuses to treat with crossfire. They've made it here, and I'm treating anything I can do for prevention. Yes. So if you know you're going to be bringing live bed bugs into a house, I would probably treat with crossfire as a preventative. But I will tell you that I do Airbnbs and rental houses and stuff where you don't know what people are going to bring into the house, and I use Alpine WSG. So Alpine WSG is, let's see if I can get back to that page, right here. This is Alpine. So this is another option for bed bugs. If you can't get crossfire, or if you want something maybe a little cheaper, you can use this. Now the only difference between this and crossfire is you can't use it on a mattress, but you can use it on a box spring. You can't use it on the mattress, just the box spring. But this is a good preventative pesticide for bed bugs. And it also kills things like ants and roaches and stuff like that too. So, but I would use, if you're trying to get rid of them, I would use crossfire first, this one. Use this first, get rid of your problem, and then switch and start using Alpine because it's cheaper. And then use that monthly. Once a month, every month. So, tea tree oil will not kill bed bugs. It will not kill bed bugs. It will never kill bed bugs. Tea tree oil does not kill bed bugs. So, and if it's a deal, if it's a worry about like safety, it's not going to hurt you. at all. It doesn't even have a signal word on the label. Let me go over that. Let me actually go over that because I've done this. I've done this before, and I'm going to do it again. Let's do this again. All right. So let's do Alpine WSG. All right, let's do that. Hold on. Let me fix something real quick. All right. Label. Whoa, that's pretty cool. That's new. All right. There's Alpine WSG. All right, there's the label. Did y'all know that? Did you know that existed? So on Google, you can just click label. Oh my goodness. And there's the label. That's new. All right. So, and then we're going to search a new term. We're going to go with pesticide signal words. All right. So I want to explain this in the most simple way I possibly can. Okay. I'm going to try. Let me see. Open image in new tab. There we go. And we're going to zoom in, make it big. Oh, wow. That's not the best. All right. So, these are the signal words to remember. There are only 4 different labels for pesticides as far as signal words. Caution means slightly toxic either orally, dermally, which means on skin exposure, or through inhalation, causes slight eye or skin irritation. So if a pesticide qualifies to have that as a signal word, caution, these are what you'd expect as far as toxicity level. Warning, okay? Moderately toxic, either orally, dermal, or through inhalation, causes moderate eye or skin irritation. Okay? Danger. Can cause severe eye damage or skin irritation. Danger, poison. Highly toxic by any route of entry into the body, meaning on your skin, in your nose, in your mouth, in your eyes, anywhere it touches you, it's highly toxic. Okay? Those are your signal words. Those are your labeling words for the label, okay? Now, let me explain to you the difference. So, here is Alpine. Now, Alpine is a very safe pesticide, but it has caution, okay? So, it has caution as a signal word on the label. What does that mean? That means slightly toxic, either orally, dermally, or through inhalation, causes slight eye or skin irritation. Now, from what I read in the SDS, it claims that it only causes eye irritation. These other stuff doesn't hurt anything on these. It's just eye irritation. But because it causes eye irritation, it has caution on the label. That's the only toxicity. It's not any of these down here. These are the ones you need to, these 2 right here are the ones you really need to worry about. But it has none of these, just caution. That's Alpine WSG, okay? Crossfire. Where is it? It says keep out of reach of children. See, right here. Right there, keep out of reach of children. This one says keep out of reach of children. But where you would have a signal word like caution, Crossfire has no signal word. So it's so low toxicity, it does not qualify for any of these. So it's like up here, which is no toxicity. It has no toxicity to mammals at all. The people that are going to be exposed to this chemical, so your cat, your dog, your child, you sleeping in your bed, you're going to be exposed to it. You're going to be around it. Is it toxic to you? No, it's not. And this is an EPA registered pesticide. It's got a number, the EPA registration number, usually right on the front of the label. It's not, this is a specimen label, so it's not going to be on here, I don't think. Oh no, there it is. EPA registration number is right here. It's, 1021-2776, all right? That's the EPA registration number. Alpine WSG is also EPA. It is a huge label, though, because it takes care of lots of bugs. But it's got one all the way down here. EPA registration number, well, it doesn't have one at the bottom. Maybe it's up near the top. Let's see. Where. Oh, there it is. EPA number is 499-561. So it's got one, too. They're both EPA registered, which means they have to go under rigorous testing to be approved by the EPA as a pesticide. And Alpine WSG is caution. Crossfire has no signal word at all. So if your girlfriend, the one that's using the essential oils all over the place, if she's so afraid of chemicals thinking they are highly toxic, this is one she'd be wrong about. People tell me all the time. I get this all the time. Every single day. And the reason you don't see the comments is because most of them I delete because most of them are rude as hell. But out of the comments I get every day, at least one, if not 5 or 6, rag on me saying that I'm promoting the use of toxic chemicals. This one's not toxic. It's not toxic. As the EPA registration, they would require them to have a signal word on the label if they fell under any of these categories. And it doesn't. It doesn't. It's very safe. It's very safe. We live in a time where pesticides are safer than they've ever been before. Long gone are the days of chloridane, DDT, these chemicals that last very long time in the environment. They're gone. They're outlawed. They're illegal. They don't exist anymore. They've been eliminated. And the ones they've replaced them with are extremely safe. They're not as toxic as people that are scared of chemicals would have you believe. They're not. I just read a story of another technician in Tennessee on Facebook. And he was talking about his technician was out working on the job. And a lady yelled at him because he's killing box elder bugs on a woman's house. Using a chemical that's not toxic, it's not going to hurt her dog or anything. It's a neighbor. The neighbor is walking her dog, crosses onto the other person's property who's actually paying for this guy to treat these box elder bugs that are all over her house, and tells him, "You're killing my dog, you're killing my dog, you're spraying stuff that'll kill my dog." Which is not true. But she assumes because she sees a chemical being sprayed, it's automatically going to kill everybody. But it's not. It's not. So, anyway. Yes, the SDS tells people to be careful with it. You should be careful with all chemicals. I'm careful with it. All right, so Crossfire, let me explain to you about, so the SDS, the safety data sheet, tells you to be careful with a pesticide. They all do. All right, but let me explain something. The PPE of Crossfire, all right, so they give you your PPE, which you're supposed to wear, personal protective equipment, right here, okay? It says, zoom in. Applicators and other handlers must wear a long sleeve shirt, long pants, and shoes and socks. No gloves. You don't have to wear gloves. No gloves. Okay? You don't have to. It doesn't require it. But I wear gloves. When I do a bedbug job, I wear gloves. Even though the chemical is telling me I don't have to wear gloves. It says right on the label. It doesn't require gloves. It says all I got to do is wear a long sleeve shirt, long pants, shoes, and socks. That's it. That's it. You don't have to wear gloves. You don't have to wear a hat. You don't have to wear a lot of things that you don't have to wear a respirator. Yes, some chemicals require a respirator. This one doesn't. I understand the SDS tells you to be safe with a pesticide, but you should be safe with all pesticides, especially a concentrated pesticide. So this label is going over a mixed solution. See, this is the concentrate. But when you mix it, you're mixing it to a 0.40. You're mixing it to a 0.4. See, this is a 4.0. It's actually mixed at a 0.4. So it's diluted greatly diluted. And this is what they tell you have to do when it's greatly diluted. They're using 13 ounces into 1 gallon of water. And so it's greatly diluted. It's not concentrate anymore. It's no longer this. It's the Crossfire solution. It's a finished solution. So when you're handling a concentrate, you need to be very careful because it's a concentrate. That's when you're more likely to poison yourself because it's concentrated. But even in a concentrated form, because that's the way they give it to animals, when they test it on animals, they don't give them diluted. They give it to them concentrated. They say that's when you're more likely to be poisoned. That's when you're going to hurt yourself, but you're not. The only thing that died when tested with Crossfire were fish, because it goes in the water and the water becomes Crossfire. And I imagine that if you had to live in Crossfire for an extended period of time and you had to physically drink and breathe in the chemical water, because the water becomes the chemical, I'm sure you would probably die. I mean, I'm not positive. You're a mammal. You're not a fish. But I would assume it would not be good for you. And so, because fish are the only things that actually died in the testing. And it was because the Crossfire was put in the water and turned the fish tank water into Crossfire. And they're living in it, and they're breathing it, and they're swallowing it, and they're swimming in it. Okay? I don't recommend taking a bath in Crossfire. I don't recommend drinking it. I don't recommend breathing it into your lungs. I don't ever recommend breathing any liquid into your lungs, because you'll die. Because, people can't breathe liquid. So. But anyway. Yeah, Jennifer Lego, she's my admin. She said, Crossfire does not have a strong or unpleasant odor. I only needed to use it once. So. Anyway. I am going to log out. I am tired. I'm going to get some sleep. I have to work tomorrow. I have to take my wife to the dentist. Because she got cavities.
No, I don't.
Oh, she says she doesn't. They just go clean her teeth.
Clean.
They just go clean her teeth because she has cavities.
I don't have cavities.
You might have cavities. You might have cavities.
Oh.
She probably eats too much sugar. You got to brush your teeth. Floss your teeth and brush your teeth regularly. Sleep well and don't explode. Why would I explode? Are you talking about farts? Sometimes I fart, but that is a normal human thing that all people do. All people. Even dogs do it. Dog farts are worse than people farts. I think dog farts are really nasty. But anyway, now that we've moved on to talking about farts, I am going to get offline and I'm going to head on to bed. Y'all have a good night and hit up Discord. Check the link and follow me on Discord. It's in the description below of every video. So, y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks a lot. Let's see if I can figure out how to get my music to play. Am I going to get it to play? Let's see. It's not playing. Hold on a minute. That's fun. I like dancing to that song.